Hi everyone, I'm Megan Benanti and this is Rise and Shine, where we do readings for your soul's evolution. So today we're going to do charm readings, just general because I needed to keep it simple. I'm headed off to my son's graduation. Yay! And I'm kind of restricted on time. So let's see what we've got here. Our three charms. We once again have the pineapple. We've got grit. And let's see if we can get something deep. We have a squirrel. All right, so you're gonna pick the pineapple, the grit pin, or squirrel. And the grit pin says grit 4 times, and it's very sparkly and fabulous, and it's all about perseverance. So, okay, so you're gonna choose one of those, and then this reading, the corresponding reading, will apply to you. Please feel free to move ahead wherever you see captions. That's where the next reading will start. Okay, so I'm reading for the pineapple people first, and let's see what we've got for you guys. Oh, okay, well, definitely got a relationship issue for you starting out. And, I know this has been a long time coming and it's stressful, and I feel like you're kind of closed off and shut down. I do see that your sense of recovery is coming from your work, and that you are able to enjoy what you do, and that the skills that you're focused on there, you're really good at what you do. And so I know that that's kind of your solace and your sense of recovery right now. You might even be struggling in this partnership, feeling like your partner is the difficult one. And that's okay, but I need you to not lay blame, because, I feel like that's part of it, is that you're so angry that you're wanting to blame the other person. And, relationships are so much more complicated than that. We all have massive, areas where we falter. And, we think about a pineapple. This is not a friendly thing to touch on the outside. They're sharp and prickly and awkward, but God knows how juicy they are on the inside. And maybe that's kind of how you're feeling, is that, even though you've got this tough exterior, you're really gentle and sweet internally. Now, in your personal life, you've got big, massive change going on. And perhaps we've got, the heartbreak isn't necessarily about a relationship, but about someone, just feeling brokenhearted and feeling really vulnerable and overly open and exposed for you. And you're going through a big shift that has been really necessary, and you've been building up to this for a while, but the change is gonna be good, but I feel like it's coming on really strong and powerful, and there's pressure behind that, and you're like, oh, am I gonna make it? And you know what? I think you can, but I do feel like this is a particularly hard ride for you right now. And I want you to focus on your breathing. I'm having a sense of choking right now, so I want you to really breathe through this. And every time you start to have like an anxiety attack or a panic attack, I want you, it's like, okay, go back to the breath, breathe in slowly, breathe out slowly. You can use an app, whatever works for you. I think even on my Instagram, I've got I posted one day a thing that you can breathe with, and it's just a circle that goes in and out, and it's like in pinks and purples. So scroll down like a couple weeks worth and you'll see it in there. I post every day. So, but that might be helpful, because I really feel like you've got to work through this and transition. Spiritually, you are in such a good place with your spiritual life. Exercise, I feel like it's connecting with nature. I don't feel like there's intense exercise, maybe walking, that kind of thing. But spiritually, so open and connected with what's going on around you, with your body. And, maybe part of this vulnerability that you're feeling and going through, you're you need to know you're doing a really good job at healing yourself, and you're supporting yourself in this. There's tremendous growth that's happening for you through this change, and it's really good. It is part of your divine life path. And so as much as it might suck, it's because you needed this lesson, and it's really going to help you. I also feel like your love and passion for what you do, and your area of expertise there, the quality of the work that you do is also part of your recovery, simply because that stabilizes you. It keeps you in the moment. It keeps you not spinning ahead into the future or falling back into the past. It's really making you be present and now, and that also seems to be a good structure. Okay, so that is the pineapple. Let's take a look at our grit pen. And for those of you that picked grit, and somebody gave me that, which I just love it. But I don't really wear pens, so I put it in my charm bag because I thought, well, somebody will like that. Somebody will connect with grit. I don't know if I'm sure you've seen the movie True Grit. It was so good back in the day. What an excellent film. You ever start feeling sorry for yourself, watch that. That girl lived a tough life. Okay, so, ooh. Okay, interesting for you. Okay, so you've also got some soul level change going on, you grit people. And you've got a really strong new beginning here. Now this is an idea form, so if you want this idea to grow, you gotta plant it, you gotta nurture it, you gotta bring it into life. So if you've been thinking about starting something new, you know, whether that's a project or buying a home, the energy for this is great and powerful, and it's rising up with a lot of opportunity and potential growth here. So I love that. Work feels like you're super stuck. You're not going anywhere. Perhaps there's nowhere to go anymore in this company. And honestly, it's probably time for you to think about leaving. You're hanging in there for some reason, and I don't know what it is, but it's killing you to be there right now. And sometimes people are waiting for a particular bonus or something like that. But this is definitely holding you back from the life you want to live. You really need to think about job change, career change, whatever it is on this level. But where you are right now with your work is suffocating you, and it's not allowing you to grow and take on challenges and try something new. And that's because of your choice to be there. So you really need to get down and get nitty gritty and say, what do I want to do with myself? And really start making that list of where you want your life to go and what you want it to be in, because this is decay for you and nobody wants to feel like they're rotting. So get out of this workplace as soon as you can. It's definitely time to be done there. Now we do have Knight of Wands here. So a good sense of adventure coming up in your personal life, and perhaps even a lover here that we are looking forward to. We had that nice phallic Ace of Swords, and now we've got a hot Knight of Wands. So, you know, perhaps we've got someone new coming forward in your life that you're excited to get to know and meet and see what the potential is there. I do feel like if you started to correspond, that seems to be going well so far, even if you haven't met. For those of you that have, though, I feel like, you know, there's good excitement, there's good energy that surrounds this person. They are coming out of their own challenges, and so they might seem a little full speed ahead right now, which might feel really great, but be prepared, they're going to slow down, because once they catch their breath, they're going to go, oh wait, I need to take a step back. And so you need to know that when they do that, it's not about you, and it's about what they're going through, and they were kind of reacting to things. So they will need to slow down And I don't think that they're shutting you out, because I don't think it's that personal. I really think it's that they're so excited to get into a new state, to get into new energy. And so I see a lot of enthusiasm, but I also see that, you know, it's like after you finish a race, you've got to catch your breath and recoup before the next one. I feel like that's this kind of energy. Okay, now I need you to start an exercise program or nutrition or something, but you seem really stuck in your physical body. And I want you to consider any kind of addictions that you might have right now, whether that's, you know, if you're having heavily boozy weekends, if you're blacking out, if you're doing any drugs, if you're smoking too much weed. And when I say too much, because you're like, no, there's no too much. I'll just save it for like Monday through Friday. You know, it's about being present in life. And if we're constantly choosing to check out with something, it's like, oh, I need this just to decompress. It takes the anxiety away. It takes the stress away. You know, that's not a bad thing, and yet we're not being present when we do those things. And it might not be affecting you. It will affect your relationship. And, you know, I've been married over 20 years. So, like, I know when my partner's checked out. He knows when I've checked out. And any kind of, you know, drug that we do, that's gonna, you know, exacerbate it. So I want you to think about all of that kind of stuff. And, you know, when we think about addictions too, is that to a particular relationship that we're codependent in? Is that to sex? You know, is it an addiction to adopting pets, to, you know, collecting things? So I feel like you've got some healing you need to do in that spiritual realm. For those of you that need to exercise, this is also part of that. So just be aware of it. Okay, pardon me, sorry about that. So you've got some growth that you've got to work on. I can see you being excited about some things, but don't let the excitement about the relationship override what you need to do with your work life, because I also think that's going to be an essential shift for you. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at our squirrel, and then we'll be done for today. Okay. Squirrel people. So bits of, you know, creatures that need, that can climb really high, fearless in heights, know how to jump really far, know how to stockpile things. So, but some people think they're annoying, and in my neighborhood, sometimes people shoot them. So, okay, squirrel people. Wow. All right. So life, it's not a great week for you coming up. And so we need to really look at this, because it might be that you're going to have to take an attitude change. I feel like you don't even know where to begin. And so there's this sense of being overwhelmed. And, you know, I know that there's probably some financial struggles right now. There might also be some work struggles, but like this idea of like, how am I gonna make it in the world, feels really heavy. And, you know, the way that we do that is step by step and bit by bit. And so what I want you to acknowledge for yourself is that if I look at the big picture, yes, it's overwhelming, but what can I do in this moment? How can I make ends meet? How can I save money, cut on the grocery bills? What do I not need to buy that's not nutritious? Can I get food stamps if I need that? Where can I cut coupons from? So really start thinking about how you can manage your money differently. And stop thinking ahead, because I think that's freaking you out too much, like too far ahead. Just take it a day at a time. And think about that. Squirrels are incredibly impulsive, so we need to watch impulsive behavior. But they're also creatures that live in the moment. They're not thinking about the future. And so, we need to be present for now. Work, I do feel like you've got some difficulty in that work environment. There seems to be a tense relationship in there for you. And I also feel like it's not getting better. This isn't one that's just going to heal itself. And I feel like this causes you agitation and discomfort. And so, you need to decide, do you still want to be there? Perhaps you were friends at one time. Perhaps there was there was something more intimate in this relationship. But it definitely isn't serving you now. And you need to decide if that's where you want to stay. Because I know that this is causing you stress. Personal life, I feel like you're taking on a lot there and you're not sure when that's ever going to end. And what I want you to know is, do you have to take on all that? Do you have to take it all on in the way that you are? Is there a different way of doing things? If you're a single parent, yeah, that's hard. If you're a kid and you carry the emotions of your parents, yes, that's hard. So I really want you to think about, how much of that do you really need to do and how can you manage it differently? There is no rush in life, we get through it the best we can. Sometimes it is really hard. And with that, we build up more resilience and more strength, and we become more capable at dealing with it. So, as I look at these, I think it's really important that you begin to find ways to make things more positive in your perceptions. And you're like, well, how the heck am I going to do that when everything sucks? Well, that's what we do. I mean, I have cancer all over my bones right now, and that sucks. But I still can be really positive about every other thing in my life. And I can also be really positive that, hey, I don't have to die yet from this. So yes, it hurts, and it's not curable, but it's treatable. So I get some time. So, think about how you're looking at it. We can make ourselves better with these things. All right. So, and then, spiritually for you, I almost feel like you're leaning towards agnosticism right now. I don't even know if there is a God. Would my life be this bad if there was a God? And I'm not saying there is or there isn't. I believe that there is something way greater than we are. And I think that that's part of the reason my life is so good, is because I don't have to be in control of everything. And when I pray for people that are atheist, I feel that. I feel the emptiness that's there. Versus if I pray for someone that prays a lot or has a strong spiritual life, I literally will be ignited all over. I feel the electricity through me. And so I know how tapped in and connected they are. And it's truly so magical. So I really want you to think about developing that spiritual life and know that, yes, we have tough things we have to go through. And part of that is our soul's journey. Part of that is things that we contract into to say, hey, I'm gonna deal with this in my life. But we also have to get through the hard stuff, and we have to develop better skills for coping. And so I know that you might feel a little bit left behind in the spiritual realm right now. But it is about having a basic faith. And, if it's like, God, if you are out there, please just help me find my path right now. Show me the way, give me a sign that you will help me, that you will love me, and that I'm not all alone in this. And that might be just the exact thing that you need. Now you do have to look for the answer. Sometimes it can be really obvious. I was washing my car the other day and I found an evil eye on the ground and I started to leave it and I was like, no, God's letting me know that God's watching me right now. And then I came home and my husband bought a table and it had a big eye in the wood and it was like winking at me and I was like, oh, it's my day. Okay, this is great. So, you know, look for the signs and accept them into your heart, that is truth. All right, squirrel people. So focus on the little things. You can do this. I know it's a tough week, but you'll get through this. And please let me know if you have any questions that you want me to look at or tackle for you. I'm happy to do those connected readings on YouTube. And I also have readings every Friday on Facebook if that interests you as well. Not Facebook, I'm sorry. Every Friday on Instagram. Okay, take care for now and I'll see y'all next week. Thanks.